Hello dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, the place where we peel back the palace curtains and give you a front row seat to the very human stories behind Britain's royal family. If you love these deep dives into the House of Windsor, please take a second to like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and tap the bell so you never miss one of our royal revelations. Today, we're turning our gaze to a woman who, quite simply, might be the steadiest heartbeat of the monarchy, the one person who never stops, never falters, and never seems to need the fanfare to keep going. That, of course, is Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. At 74, you'd think Anne might be easing into a gentler pace, perhaps trimming back her public duties, enjoying a few quieter afternoons with her beloved horses. But if anything, she's accelerating, packing more engagements into a single day than some royals manage in a month. And in doing so, she's not just keeping busy. She's making a profound point about what royal service really means, and sending a subtle ripple of worry through palace circles about what might be lost in the next chapter of the monarchy's story. Let's start with a scene that could have come straight out of a grand British painting. The Horse Guards Parade in Whitehall, London. The drums rolling across the historic parade ground, the clatter of hooves on centuries-worn stones, the household cavalry in brilliant red tunics and plumed helmets. This was the household division's beating retreat, a ceremony that traces its roots back to the 16th century, when soldiers literally beat drums to call their comrades back to camp at sunset. In the middle of this spectacle stood Princess Anne, ramrod straight, eyes keen beneath her hat, wearing the uniform of the Blues and Royals, one of the oldest and most prestigious cavalry regiments in the British Army. Not there merely to wave and smile, but there as colonel of the regiment, a post of real respect, earned over decades. When those regimental banners dipped before her and the musicians struck the final notes, you could see it in the soldiers' faces. They weren't just performing for a figurehead. They were saluting their colonel. Their princess. Someone who's bothered to know their names, to follow their careers, to show up for them time after time. That's not PR gloss. That's lived loyalty. But that was only the beginning of Anne's day. By midday, she was on the road, northbound, up to West Yorkshire. Because while most people would take the afternoon off after a major ceremonial event, Anne had an appointment at the University of Huddersfield, where she was to be awarded an honorary doctorate. Now, you might wonder, after a lifetime of honorary degrees and chancellorships, do these ceremonies even register for a royal of Anne's stature? The answer, by all accounts, is absolutely yes. Anne is famously rigorous about these occasions. She prepares carefully, learns about the university's specialties, greets staff with specifics, and asks questions that show she's done her homework. No idle chit-chat for appearance's sake. When she stepped up to receive her doctorate, robes sweeping, eyes bright, there was genuine warmth. Not just because it's another honorary title for the scrapbook, but because it recognizes the years she's poured into educational patronages, visiting research labs, encouraging students, championing causes from agricultural colleges to cutting-edge medical institutes. University staff were overheard marveling afterward that the Princess Royal remembered small details about Huddersfield's tech initiatives from a previous visit. It's this near photographic memory and personal attentiveness that makes her more than just a royal guest. It makes her, in many people's eyes, the embodiment of what it means to serve. And still, her day was not done. As twilight fell over London, Anne was back in the capital, heels clicking through the elegant halls of the inn, and out Naval and Military Club, in St. James's Square. That evening's engagement was a formal dinner, not for social pleasure, but in her capacity as president of the club, which since 1862 has been a second home to Britain's military officers. There she was, presiding with the practiced grace of someone who's been doing this for half a century, meeting veterans, listening to naval tales, lending gravitas to a space that already breathes history. A former admiral reportedly told a guest later, when Anne walks into a room full of serving officers, she commands the same respect we'd give a field marshal. Because she's earned it. Imagine that, one day, 3 profound slices of British life, military heritage, academic achievement, veterans' traditions. By the time she left that dinner, it was nearing midnight. Most people half her age would have been shattered by such a marathon. Anne simply offered her thanks, gave her crisp handshake, and headed out, no fuss. Duty done. Again. Now, here's where it gets fascinating for us royal watchers. Because this towering work ethic, this relentless pace, isn't just Anne's personal style. It's also quietly becoming a counterpoint, maybe even a quiet rebuke, to the evolving plans King Charles and Prince William seem to be shaping for the future of the monarchy. We've all heard it by now. The so-called slimmed-down monarchy. Fewer working royals, fewer official engagements, fewer costs to justify to the taxpayers. On paper, it sounds smart, modern, efficient, tailored for a media-savvy age. Prince William has even hinted at wanting royals with a small r. Less ceremony, fewer tiaras, a monarchy that feels more like relatable middle-class ambassadors than a grand imperial family. But insiders say Anne isn't entirely sold. In private conversations, she's reportedly expressed concern that by narrowing the family's public face to just a handful of people, namely the king, the queen consort, and the immediate heirs, they risk severing hundreds of small, but vital threads that connect the monarchy to the everyday lives of Britons. The military charities. The agricultural shows. The local children's hospices. The regiments that rely on royal patrons to boost morale and secure funding. All the things Anne does, usually off-camera, often in rain-soaked fields or echoey church halls, would have nowhere to go in a drastically streamlined royal model. And yet, despite these private misgivings, there's something supremely Anne-like in how she handles it all. There's been no scandal, no leaking to papers in irritation, no veiled barbs in speeches. She simply keeps going. One engagement at a time. Upholding her part of the Crown's bargain with Britain. A senior courtier put it rather poignantly. Anne might not agree with every modern twist the monarchy is planning. But she would never, ever be disloyal to her brother or her nephew. Her way of protecting the monarchy is to keep showing up. To keep proving why a broad, hard-working royal family still matters. In a strange way, this makes her the monarchy's best advertisement, precisely because she doesn't try to be. There are no carefully staged, relatable photo ops with her baking banana bread. No orchestrated leaks to show her private struggles. She just does the work. And that, ironically, may be the most modern thing of all. So what do you think, dear viewers? Is Princess Anne a living testament to the power of the old model, a wide-reaching, duty-bound family that physically touches every corner of the realm? Or do you think King Charles and Prince William have it right, that the monarchy's future depends on streamlining, scaling back, making the crown more symbolic and less sprawling? We'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts in the comments. This is the kind of conversation that goes to the heart of what the monarchy even is in the 21st century. If this deeper look into Princess Anne's remarkable day touched you, or made you rethink how we judge these royal lives, give this video a thumbs up. It really does help more people discover our royal community. And if you haven't already, subscribe and tap the bell, so you're always first to know when we pull back the palace curtain again. Thank you for spending this time with us. We'll be back very soon with more glimpses into the loves, duties, tensions and triumphs inside Britain's most fascinating family. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and we'll see you in the next video.